Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. So today I'd like to look at Link. So right now I'm in the weekly chart, and let me just hide a few things so we can see more clearly. All right, is Link a good buy? Yes, absolutely, as are many things in this space at this time. We've had a major capitulation, a major correction, where pretty much every project has reverted to its support or even below its support. So it can't go any lower, right? You're looking here at the chart. This is on the logarithmic scale. You're also looking at the stochastic RSI. It's completely bottomed, as have many projects on this indicator. So that means there's nowhere to go but up. Yesterday or this morning, really early this morning, Eastern Standard Time, midnight, we had the Bitcoin motive wave up. So we had a pump, and that really sort of impelled all of the other projects to do the same, right? Given Bitcoin dominance, given that it's the mover in this market. And Link did the same, and it pumped about 12%, and we can look more closely at that on the smaller time frame. Right now, we're going to stay in the weekly. But I just want to say, this is a great time to invest in these projects. Not financial advice, just financial opinion, educated opinion. There are only two other times in the history of this asset that were better times to get involved. These were here and here, right? Here, December 10th, 2018, you reverted to the base. And so if you can see, I just drew a simple trend line on the price action of Link from September 2017 until the present time. And if you draw a trend line, you see that the base or the bottom of the price is, it hit the trend line 3 times. So that one time, December 2018, and again, March 16, 2020, that was the Corona dump or capitulation for COVID. And now, and what happened after all of those touches of the base of the trend line, right? And what do they say in technical analysis? If you want to be a good trader, even if a long-term trader or investor, you want to buy support and you want to sell resistance. This is support. This is when you buy, right? So right after that touch, we experienced for December 2018 a 170% appreciation. For the Corona dump, we experienced an immediate 155% appreciation. And obviously we went higher, but without sort of correcting and going sideways, like just straight out the gates. And now, if history serves, we may do the same. So right now we're trading at about $14, $15, 150%. That would take us to a $37 Link, right? $37 Link in about, let's see. So this took a month, right? No, early March. All right, March 16th. And when was this? April 20th. It took about 3 weeks last time. And the first time it took about, December 17th. December 10th. And then this is January 14th. Yeah, let's say 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, we should have a $37 Link. Come back, leave a comment if this serves true. I like to make predictions. It's fun. Obviously, I'm not trying to steer anybody wrong. Do your own research, but that's just based off of the chart analysis. Right now, if we're dealing with the $15 link, I believe that in mid-August, we will have a $37 link. So boom, that's my prediction. And that's how I got there. Now, what do you do for the entry? Do you just, FOMO into this? You could. It's not bad if you buy at $15, right? Based off of the model, based off the predictions, you're still going to make out quite handsomely. But you can be a little more strategic. So let's jump into the daily and see how we can make a better entry. So as I said, all right, let's get off here. Should we? Yeah, let's get off of the logarithmic scale. So last night or early this morning, midnight, we got our Bitcoin pump, everything else pumped. What do? Do not chase green candles. What you should do, go into your lower time frames, chart it, and wait for the retrace. One thing I've learned in my time as a trader, as an investor, as a charter, price action always moves in zigzags. It never goes in a straight line, meaning if you break a resistance, you're always going to come back to test it. That means let it go if you've missed it and wait until it retraces and retests. Then you buy that breakout, right? So right here, we broke out early this morning, as I said, 21st of July, midnight. And we broke out, something like 12%. Now we're coming back down. Wait until it comes down to the point of the breakout, which should be around $14. Now, do you set your limit orders? You go to sleep for $14 because Dean said so? I wouldn't do that. I would watch, because that doesn't happen 100% of the time. Sometimes it finds support a little before that point of the breakout, so that's possible. If you want to set it and forget it, just choose something a little higher, 1450, 1440, something like that. Who cares if you're holding this and you're investing in it and you're letting it appreciate to, one of the take profit zones that we just discussed of $37. Who cares if you invested at $14 or $14.40 or $14.50? So, you're not really going to mind, but make a smart entry. Now it's retracing. You got red candles. Red candles means buy. Green candles means sell, right? Don't get it twisted. So that's the entry. Now, finally, I'd like to do a little price prediction on Link for the year. And one of the interesting things I found about this coin, and Link, I'm not going to go into the fundamentals of Link. It's a decentralized Oracle network. Read the white paper if you're invested in it. It's one of the seminal projects in the crypto asset space, in fungible tokens. So you should know a little bit about what it does and why it's so popular, why so many people hold it, why so many people rave about it, why it's partnered with so many projects. It's, I can talk about it if you guys want me to talk about the fundamental analysis, but the video is just going to be too long, I feel. But learn a bit about why this is not a risky play, why you can hold this project in a bear market and still do decently. Figure that out. Read the white paper. It's not that long. They have simplified versions of it on their website. Okay, and I'll link to that in the description of this video. So let's do, a lot of people just love price predictions. So let's do a price prediction. All right, for the price prediction, we're going to go into the daily, or actually the weekly. I like larger time frames. It gives a lot more reliable results. All right, got my trend line. We don't need that anymore. Let's get the Fibonacci tool out. And first and foremost, I've already drawn this, so I'm just going to make it visible here. Let's get our Elliott wave count. All right, where do we have this? Here we go. All right, so Link is one of those projects that is in its fourth wave. So if you watch my video on Bitcoin, my recent videos on Bitcoin, my video on Telcoin, on Veracity VRA, you'll see that I've identified those coins as having completed their fifth wave. Not so for Link. For Link, this is what I see. This is my Elliott wave count. Let me hide this real quick. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. First wave, first impulse wave. Second wave is a complex correction. Usually when you get a complex correction in the second wave, you get a simplified correction in the fourth, and vice versa. So that's what we're seeing. Complex in the second. You got an A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E for the second wave. And then a third wave, which is the longest wave. Doesn't have to be the longest, but usually is. And then a simple fourth correction. So that is what I'm seeing here, and a projected fifth wave up until this point. So how did I get that projection of $120 thereabouts? I used the Fibonacci tool that I'm going to make visible now. And in Elliott wave theory, typically speaking, you can use two things to make projections on incomplete impulse waves. So to identify the fifth wave, you can either do the inverse of the fourth wave to the 1618, or you can do the retracement of the third wave to the 618. So 618 of the third wave. So it'd basically be 1618 of the third wave, or the inverse 1618 of the fourth wave. I like to use the fourth wave because it's most recent price action, and it gives me a good idea as to what it's, what the project's doing, how it's retraced, right? It takes that into account. Not that the third wave is a bad projection, but I don't know. Just I like to use the fourth wave. Sometimes I use both, and I play them off of one another, and I take the mean or the median. No, the mean, the average. Okay, so the fifth wave, if I take my Elliott wave tool, my Fibonacci retracement tool, I go from the top of the third wave down to the bottom of the fourth, which I believe is complete. The 1618 of that movement gives me $121.70, which I believe will be the conservative estimate of the fifth wave. The fifth wave can go from 1618 to 2. So typically, it'll at least hit 1618. It can be in here. And remember, this is a logarithmic scale. So you see the difference between 1618 and 2, you have $121 and $205. So because it's a logarithmic scale, it just things get squeezed the higher you go. And the reason you use logarithmic scales for these projections, for these projects to be able to see price action over a long period of time is that they've appreciated so much. If you were to use a linear scale, you wouldn't be able to see all the price action. That's why people use logarithmic scales. So anyway, say we hit $121. That's a conservative estimate actually for this project. It's about a 10x, a little less than a 10x. Not bad. So that's my price prediction on Link. That is where I think it's at. That is also my entry strategy, where I think you want to enter. Again, you can enter as low as 14 or 1440, 1450. I think those are all good entries for this project. Now is the best time to invest in these projects if you've been waiting on the sidelines, or if you have some stable coin waiting to invest. Not financial advice, just financial opinion. Good luck. Don't overtrade. Be patient. Try to monitor your trades. Obviously, wait until they appreciate. Once they get close to tops, sell, take profits. Take profits on the way up if you'd like to do that as well. All right. Thank you, everybody. Leave comments, like, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to cover. I'll be glad to. Have a good one. See you later.